Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's session, we're going to talk about the set operation. So under that there are three concepts, which is your union, intersection and difference. Okay, so what is a union? A union contains all elements that are in either set. Okay, so before giving you an example, I'll just draw the Venn diagram so that you all can understand it more clearly. So let me take two sets, set 1 and set 2. So union of these two sets will be what? Contains all the elements which are there in the either sets. Okay, so let me write the definition. So the union of two sets contains the element, okay, contain some element x where x belongs to the set 1 or it belongs to set 2. Okay, so let's take an example. So my set 1 consists of 1 and 2 and my set 2 consists of 2 and 3. Okay, so if I want to write the union of these two sets, S1 union S2, it will be what? It contains all the elements which are there in both the sets. So it will be what? 1, 2. But here you have noticed, right, the 2 is also repeated over here, and as I have told you earlier, no, there is no need to repeat the elements in the set. Okay, no need to repeat the elements. Okay, so next is what? 3. So this is the union of these two sets which contains all the elements which are there in both the sets. So now coming to the next operation, which is intersection. Okay, so intersection, so again let me explain you all with a Venn diagram. Okay, so again let's take two sets S1 and S2. So what intersection means? Intersection contains only common element. So only common elements. Okay, so how do we define it? Okay, so let's see the definition. So S1 intersection S2, it contains element where, okay, where x belongs to set 1 and the element should belong to S2. The element should be present in both the sets. Okay, so let me take an example. Let me take two sets. I'll take the same example. I'll take the same sets as I've taken in the previous example. Okay, so if I write S1 intersection S2, so what is common in both the sets? It is 2. So S1 intersection S2 is nothing but 2. Fine. Okay, now coming to the next topic, which is difference. Okay, so again I'll draw the diagram. So again S1 and S2. So if I want to find the difference between these two sets, so what it says, difference contains elements of the first set only. So what it says, it contains the elements of the first set and it is not going to consider what is common, and also it is not going to consider the elements from the set 2. Okay, so how do we define it? Okay, definition, what it says, S1 minus S2, it contains what? Elements where the elements belongs to the first set and the element does not belongs to set 2. Okay, so I'll take the same set. S1 is 1 comma 2 and my set 2 is 2 comma 3. Fine. So if I want to write the difference between these two sets, so it should contain what? Only the elements which belong to set 1. So I'm going to write 1. Okay, but also have to check whether the elements are repeated in S2 or not. So see, 2 is repeated in set 2. So I'm not going to write it, because what it says, it should contain only the elements from the first set excluding what is common and what is there in the set 2. So my difference between these two sets is 1. Okay, so these were the three concepts under set operators.